Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. The video that I'm going to do today is on a recent story that TYT, the Young Turks ran about a conservative Christian named Matt Barber who made a comment about an atheist group um, deserving to be punched in the mouth like a bully on a playground because he felt that this atheist group was bullying people into being anti-Christmas. So, as I was doing research and trying to figure some things out, because usually when I hear news stories, I don't just take them at face value. I try to get the full story. And so I was looking for the full video because I knew that the video couldn't have been a minute and like 30 something seconds long. So I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to find the full video. It took me 30 minutes to find the full video. I was highly disappointed that the news stations and the people that were reporting on this didn't have at least a link to the full video on their page for me to go and watch for myself. It took me forever to find it because I had to watch multiple videos in order to figure out which one he actually said. And let me tell you something. It was painful for me to have to watch so many of the videos from these people, and that's just on a personal level. But so basically, the story is that they're talking about Matt Barber and the other guy in the video are talking about uh, the nativity scenes and how this atheist group has been sending letters to different towns that have nativity scenes that are out in the public, telling them that it's unconstitutional to have nativity scenes out in public space. And I can understand how atheists or these atheist groups feel slighted in a way to be out in a public space and have to, deal with Christianity and deal with a public display of a nativity scene. So their issue is that they're sending these, what they call threatening letters to these towns and saying that that they should not have these nativity scenes in public space. Now, for me, I don't understand going through all of that trouble um, to do something like that, but I'm not an atheist, so I can't, in my mind, fathom the way that an atheist would think, or um, I don't know. It's not something, I don't think, even if I was an atheist, I don't think that was something that I would feel slighted by or have a problem with, especially if it's something that, I don't really believe in, or, I don't know. But so these guys are upset because these atheist groups are telling these groups of people, individuals, mostly, that they cannot have these nativity scenes out in the open. And they feel like this is also an attack on Christianity and an attack on Christmas. But, Christmas isn't necessarily, you don't have to have all of the Christmas decorations and all that stuff to be um to for something to be Christmas like. My mother never put up a thing in our house. We didn't have a Christmas tree. We never had lights. We didn't have any of that stuff because she, would say that that's not what Christmas is about. However, she did sit us down and she told us the story of Jesus Christ, and she told us about how, loving and wonderful Jesus Christ was. And that was enough for us. That's not enough for most modern day Christians. They want to have all of the glitz and the glamour and the lights and the trees and the nativity scenes and all that stuff, which is fine. But also, it's not a necessity. So if somebody says, oh, you can't have that up, I don't feel like that's an attack on Christmas, because that's not necessarily what Christmas is about. So, this is the exact quote that Matt Barber said. He said, "You know what to do with a bully. If a bully keeps getting his way and intimidating kids on the playground and nobody stands up for themselves, then the bully is encouraged, emboldened, and continues to bully more and more people. But when a little kid is bullied and he turns around and punches the bully in the mouth, metaphorically speaking, of course, then the bully is oftentimes proven to be a paper tiger." And then he goes on to say that the atheist group is a paper tiger. Um, I don't really understand why he used that kind of analogy. I don't feel like the atheist group is trying to be a bully in this situation. I feel like they honestly feel slighted by having these displays up in public space. Um, Even if it is private people putting displays up in public, they're still up in public spaces, um, and and I feel like they're not just trying to be jerks. And it does come across like they're just trying to be jerks, but I don't feel like they're just trying to be jerks. And no, I don't think that the solution to dealing with a bully is punching him in the face. Um, that in turn makes you a bully, and you're just perpetrating the same thing that the bully is perpetrating. It doesn't help anybody to fight violence with violence. What we need to do in these kind of situations is show a little love and respect for other people. That's the best way to get anybody to see your side of things. Punching them in the face is the worst way possible to get them to see your side of things. So I would never, ever, ever suggest that anybody does that even though he says metaphorically speaking, you can say that all day, but when we're talking about these kind of situations, we don't need to go into that murky area. And so basically, that's all that I wanted to say on it. I wanted to give a full picture for people so that they understand exactly what's going on, because I certainly wasn't able to find it on any website that was reporting about this. Um, and whether it be secular, it didn't matter. Nobody really had the full video up and the full story. So I'm going to put a link to both TYT story and the full video in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye.